Hi, everybody. Um, I just wanted to give you a tool to be able to use to help you pray during this time. We're thinking about drinking sometimes, and it can be a little scary. And the best thing you can do is think of somebody else instead of yourself. It's a really great trick that I use. And so before we begin today, before I begin to teach you this skill, I just wanted to start with the Serenity Prayer. The Serenity Prayer is something I always start with when we're starting an addiction assistance club here in some of the informal communities. Informal community is the word that's used here that's politically correct for a slum. And it's very difficult to do a standard AA meeting in a slum. Everybody, first of all, it's not anonymous at all. Everybody is pretty much aware of who's drinking in town, and so this Alcoholics Anonymous thing doesn't really make sense here. But that's why we call it an addiction. We call, or what I'm calling, AA meetings here in marginalized communities, addiction assistance clubs. And so when we start a club in one of these communities, we start with the Serenity Prayer, which goes, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And when I'm taking people through the steps, um, one of the things that I give them is some disciple making skills and make sure that they participate every single time. And it's a tool that I think is useful for anybody right now who needs to be encouraged and is worried that they're going to maybe backslide, have a drink. Um, so what I call this is the relational map. And what I want to show you is there's, sorry it's taking me, should have had this ready. This skill is written up and it's on my other YouTube channel. I don't know why I can't find it now. Um, Here, I'm just going to show this to you. Oh goodness, it's backwards. After all that, okay. Well, what it says is you can't keep it if you don't give it away. And so this is a way of helping you to keep your sobriety. If you want to not drink, you have to help somebody else. That's why we say you can't keep it if you don't give it away. And we do that a couple of times so that gets into people's heads that they really have to be thinking about other people all the time. So what I teach them is I bring a little index card and I ask them, won't you please put your name in the middle of this index card? So I'll just write my name right here. And then I tell them, go ahead and circle your name in the middle of the index card. And in the upper corner, one of the corners, I want you to write down family. And then in the upper, and one of the other corners, write down friends. And then maybe you could write down co-workers. And a lot of these people don't have jobs. So I say the people that you used to go to the bar with and drink with, or, if you're a prostitute, maybe some of your customers. And then in the final corner, you can write down your neighbors. So this is what your card would look like. And I want you to start, and I tell them, just start listing some of the people who you know are still drinking, or people who don't have any peace in their life, who are like you and need to come to join you in this club. So we start listing a couple of people in our family. So I'll just make up some names and some friends and some coworkers or buddies from the bar. And some neighbors. And what I want you to do is after you're done doing that, is I want you to take your card and take it home, and I want you to put it under your pillow at night, and I want you to sleep with it each night. And when you wake up in the morning, take it out from under your pillow and begin to pray for 5 minutes for all of these people. Pray that you would have an opportunity to bring them to this addiction assistance club and they could learn some skills that you're learning about how to stop drinking. And that way, you're not thinking about yourself. So if you want to take a drink, go get this from under your pillow and start praying about these people and stop thinking about that drink. It's a very handy tool. So that's the Relational Map tool, and you can find it on my website in this script that I give you that goes along with the video on how to set up and start a club. And it's very simple, and people love to be involved. They like to get a card, they like to get a pen, and they like to go home with something tangible. So it's a fun tool to have. I hope that helps somebody. Start using it right now and praying. We need a lot of prayer, and it really does give you peace when you start praying. So have a good evening. I hope this was useful to you and you will share it with somebody else perhaps. Take care. Bye-bye.